So yeah, basically, that's kind of like a reverse curly shuffle, basically. It's just so hilarious. I mean, look at it. It's even like he's on a skateboard, an invisible skateboard. That's seriously exactly what it looks like. Stop it! So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Another problem in that room is that sometimes the camera angles will change on you unexpectedly, so you'll be trying to walk in one direction, suddenly it'll force you to walk in another, and that can be kind of frustrating as well. So there's nothing really left to do in this castle, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and go adventuring outside. Stop it! Stop with the... see what I mean with the camera? Okay, here we go. Why is it showing me the title screen again? I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. And 20 minutes into the game, too. I already know what the name of the game is. I mean, I don't get why they placed it there at all, because they've already shown it to me. I guess it's for presentation, but it's kind of lacking in that area when they do that. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to this guy before I leave.
Greetings, guard.
Eh? Oh, yes. Good day. How is the king, sire?
No worse and no better, I'm afraid. But I'm going off to seek help.
Is that true? Well, I wish you luck. And if you track down that fiend who has committed such a dastardly crime, be sure that
It's
he gets
Snidely
his just
Whiplash.
Calm down, my canine friend. What's most important is the safety of the king and his sister.
Right.
Is it just me,
right,
or
sire.
does King Graham
You're
sound like
absolutely
Adam
right.
West sometimes?
Just do whatever's possible to help my king, and we will all be more than grateful.
So I want to point out a couple of red herrings in this room right here. The first one is this.
It looks like Casina's nightingales. Several noisy little nests. She doesn't look happy in this downpour, though.
So basically what that sounds like is that you're supposed to find her some shelter or something. I mean, if you play enough adventure games, that's how your mind's going to be wired. But you don't. There's no point in that, really. So just want to warn you, that's one thing you don't want to come back to. Another thing, excuse me, is that this tree right here. So obviously it makes you think that the sorcerer is trying to block your path, maybe from something important. So obviously you think, well, maybe I need to find a puzzle where I need to go off and find some way to move this tree. No, you don't. You never need to come back to this room at all, ever. So there's really no point in that happening except to keep you from going to a room that doesn't exist. And that's another problem I have with adventure games sometimes. Obstacles that would be easy to pass in real life that are impossible to pass in an adventure game. Take this tree trunk for instance. In real life you could easily hop over this thing or just climb over it. In this adventure game it's impossible. It's not even in Graham's thought process to do something like that. So basically you're stuck. And what about walking off onto this side? Could you just walk around? No. Again, impossible. So we're just going to walk in the only direction we can now, into the town.
By heavens!
So basically, I had such an urge to make a Batman joke just there. He seriously sounds like Adam West to me. But anyway, I think the atmosphere on that is really cool, how the sorcerer is making lightning and this storm happen and everything to try to scare you off. I think that's a very nice touch. Now here are another, 2 more red herrings in this room, these 2 shops. You'd think you could go in them, right, for some goal or something? No, you can't. And so basically they're also a waste of your time. In fact, I'm not sure you could go in them in King's Quest VI either, so maybe they just couldn't think of what the insides would look like or something. One nice little thing you can do, though, so this room isn't just eye candy, is that you can ring this bell. Ding, ding, ding. So yeah, I think that's a nice touch. At least they tried to put something in this room to keep your interest. So let's try to talk to this guy here, this bum hobo.
Graham prefers not to talk to this man.
Why
He
not?
makes him feel very uneasy.
Uneasy?
And he must stay focused.
Are you kidding? King Graham has faced dragons and vampires and terrors unimaginable, and he's scared, gonna wet his pants at some hobo on the side of the street?
Graham prefers not to talk to this
Come
man.
on!
He makes him feel very uneasy, and he must stay focused.
Alright, I guess we'll just take King Graham of Cowardry off into the next room and see what we can find there. Uh-oh. Dramatic camera. Zooming in. Ah, a sorcerer. Possibly the one from before? Doomsday is upon us. Oh, so it's Ganondorf. Or actually, it's the guy from Assassin's Creed wearing Ganondorf's pants. There's a lot you can infer from that, but I'm just going to leave it alone. So hold on just a second here. Alright, so this is a pretty nice background here. It's full of atmosphere. You got the lighthouse in the background, and lighthouses are always cool. They always add to the atmosphere, and I love them. You could try to go into this shack, but it just gives you some BS line about how the shack is too dangerous to be inside during the storm, even though you've been spending a majority of the game already outside in the storm. You can also sit down on this bench, but the narrator just gets on your case again about it, and I really don't want to listen to that. But if you want to do that again, well, when you play it, be my guest. Do the curly shuffle. Yeah, I got that song stuck in my head. So basically, we need to talk to this guy and try to barter passage so we can go see the Oracle. So let's talk to him.
Greetings, Hassan, isn't it?
Yes. What business do you have with me?
Do you have any idea who that stranger was who cast that dark spell on both Alexandra and Rosella?
Stranger? Sorry, friend, but the crowd was so riled up I couldn't see a thing. I frankly don't want to get involved with something that nasty.
I frankly want to
Even
punch
if it
you in
might
the
mean
face.
restoring the health of your king?
Now look, don't get me wrong, but I don't stick my head where it don't belong.
Except up your butt.
My way is the way of the sea and the tides. Mysterious strangers, I'm not going there. It would either take someone real brave or real stupid to go after a fella like that.
Gee, thanks.
Or someone deeply disturbed by the status of the king and his sister, huh?
You do what you have to do. We all have our place in life.
Like being a
I said,
douchebag.
Mine is the sea.
Watch it, man. You don't want to get on Adam West's bad side.
Why haven't you closed up your business like the rest of the town?
Why? I'll tell you why. People can wait a day or two to buy or borrow books or pawn their valuables. But when it comes to businesses like mine, we've got to stay open every day, rain or shine.
Douchebaggery
People have gotta get
24/7.
somewhere.
Hassan
There's
is
not
just
one
a
place that's
nickname.
always
His real
open.
name really is
Believe me,
Douchebaggery.
I'm really sorry about what happened at the castle today, but I can't leave my ferry. You never know when someone's going to show up and ask to be boated over to the Isle of Wonder.
Boated
or
over?
somewheres else. People's always got to be somewhere sometime.
This game is the only place where I've ever heard the expression boated over.
Who would want to travel with the recent events?
Aye. Business could be better, friend. Could always be better. We were barely scraping by as it was, and then this tragedy had to happen. I'm in danger of losing my crew because I can't afford to pay them their wages. I sure hope both the weather and the king get better soon, so I don't end up out of business again.
And so that people don't have to rely on magic maps to travel around here.
Terrible times, my friend, terrible times. I made the promise that I would never go out of business again. I just can't take being stranded on land. I get land sick, you know?
For someone like you, yes, I can understand.